guys, welcome in this video. In the last video we have discussed about the mobility of charge carriers, then the temperature dependence of resistivity and so on. If you did not go through that video, please go through it. The link is given in the description. Now let's start the video. Before starting, let's take an overview of the topics that we are going to discuss. And the first one is the ohmic conductors, then the non-ohmic conductors, then the limitations of Ohm's law. After this we see what is superconductivity, then the cause of superconductivity, then or at the last the applications of superconductivity. So these are the topics that we are going to discuss in this video lecture. Now moving forward to our first topic, that is the ohmic conductors. What are ohmic conductors? The conductors which obey Ohm's law are called ohmic conductors. The Ohm's law is given by V is directly proportional to I, or we can say potential difference is directly proportional to current. And the VI characteristic graph for ohmic conductors is given by this figure, as here we can see for the positive values of potential difference, the current is also positive and is varying linearly. Similarly, for the negative values of potential difference, the current is also negative and is varying linearly. So this is the VI characteristic graph for the ohmic conductors. I think it's clear now. So moving forward to our next topic, that is the non-ohmic conductors. The conductors which do not obey Ohm's law are called non-ohmic conductors. Means the Ohm's law is not valid for the non-ohmic conductors, and this is the limitation of Ohm's law. So now let's see what are the situations to be which non-ohmic conductors don't obey Ohm's law, or we can say the limitations of Ohm's law. And the first one is the straight line VI graph does not pass through origin. As according to the Ohm's law, VI characteristic graph should be linear and passes through origin. But in a water volatometer, the VI graph does not pass through origin because due to liberation of hydrogen at the cathode and oxygen at the anode, and now the back EMF is introduced. Then no current flows through the volatometer until the applied potential difference exceeds the back EMF. So here we can see that the current is zero until the potential difference become equal to the back EMF. And for volatometer, that is 1.67 volt. And after this voltage, the current start increasing linearly. So here we can conclude that for water volatometer don't obey Ohm's law, as the VI graph is not passed through the origin. Hence, water volatometer is a non-ohmic conductor. Now, let's see the second limitation. That is the VI relationship is not linear. Previously, the VI relationship is linear, but it does not pass through the origin. But here, VI graph is passed through the origin, but the relationship is not linear. For the metallic conductors, they obey Ohm's law and its graph is a straight line. But when large current pass through the same conductor, it gets heated up and its resistance increases. That results in no longer linearity in VI graph. That is, the conductors become non-ohmic at higher currents. So this is the second limitation of Ohm's law. Now let's see a third limitation of Ohm's law, that is the VI relationship depends on the sign of V. Here we can conclude that for the junction diode, very little current flow for the high negative voltage, that is in the negative bias, and on the other hand a current begins to flow for much smaller positive voltage, that is the forward bias. Hence, junction diode does not obey Ohm's law. Now let's see the fourth limitation of Ohm's law. VI relationship is not unique. For gallium arsenide, initially it follows the Ohm's law, and after a certain voltage the current decreases as the voltage is increasing. that is delta V is positive and delta I is negative. And by using the Ohm's law or the formula R equals to V upon I, the R is negative and that is not possible. So gallium arsenide or the non-ohmic conductor does not obey the Ohm's law. So these are the limitations of Ohm's law. I think it's clear now. So moving forward to our next topic, that is the superconductivity. What is the superconductivity? And the answer is the phenomena due to which a substance loses its resistivity when cooled below its critical temperature is called superconductivity. The substance which allows current to pass through it without any resistivity is known as superconductors. So the superconductivity and the superconductors are both relatable. The substance in which superconductivity is there, that substance is called superconductors. Okay. Now let's see one other point, that is the temperature at which a substance undergoes a transition from normal conductor to superconductor in a zero magnetic field is called critical temperature. Okay, I think it's clear now. So this is the resistance or temperature graph between for the non-superconducting metals or the superconductors. As we can see, at the temperature Tc or the critical temperature, the resistance becomes 0, and if resistance 0, then the resistivity is 0, because R and resistivity are directly proportional. Okay. So for mercury, the critical temperature is 4.2 Kelvin, or we can say Tc equals to 4.2 Kelvin. Okay. Now let's see the cause of superconductivity. Means what causes the superconductivity in the substance? Near transition temperature, a weak attractive force acts on the electron, which brings them closer to form coupled pairs. These coupled pairs are not deflected by ionic vibrations and so move without collisions. This results in the decrease in the resistance and the resistivity. Okay. Now let's see the applications of superconductors. The first application of superconductors is for storage of memory in high-speed computers. Next, in construction of sensitive galvanometer. Next, in levitation transportation. Next, in long distance power transmission without any wastage of power. So these are the some applications of superconductors. I think it's clear now, and if you have any doubt, you can ask in the comment section box. Thank you. Let's meet in the next video.